limits enlightened. I've been shown.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Abby. We gotta help it. We gotta help. Okay, as you can see, a poor moth thought this was its home. And now we gotta help it outside. So we're gonna try and do that. Okay, Abby. Let's try and guide it home. Out actually into the real. So I'm gonna take my little one. No, you gotta go this way. Come on. Come on, little mothy. Oh, no. I know. It was so close. I was so close to it earlier. And where'd it go? Where'd you go, guy? I don't want to hurt you. Come on. Now, as you can see, my home looks like a little forest. So it makes sense why he would think he would want to come in. Oh, there he is. So he's like he's literally right there. Come on, outside. No, come in. I want you. Come inside. No, out that way. No. Where'd it go? Don't eat it, Abby. So I'm hoping. Where'd it go? We're trying to get this thing to go outside, Mama. I'm gonna have to catch it with my bare hands. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, you found it? Okay. Maybe I can catch it. Okay. It's close enough for me to catch it, Abby. And then I can set it free. It's okay, baby. I don't want to hurt you. Oh, yeah. I got it. Okay, back inside. We set it free. I know, you can't eat those things though. Abby is obviously not happy. My life be like, yo, and that is what is called good karma. Instead of killing that baby, allowing it to suffer, because moths are very spiritual, connected to Mother Earth, of course, right? There's also a very symbolic spiritual thing. I can't remember exactly what it means right at the top of my head right now, but I already know intuitively that it's very spiritual when you see a moth. And the fact that it is inside my house, I've never had that ever happen to me ever before. I mean, yeah, obviously I look like I live in a forest, but that is one thing about when you become more tapped in, your frequency becomes more higher. You start to draw in more of Mother Nature. You start to connect more with different animals, whether that's moths, birds, lizards, and just all sorts of animals. Because obviously I live in the city. Now if I lived in the forest, bitch. But that was super cool that I got to catch that whole thing on video. And the fact that Abby is mad because she's caught so many lizards that I've had to literally tell her to take it out of her mouth and save the poor lizard. Because me and myself had I have lizards that come into my house. And last time I had a lizard come into my house, I accidentally killed it. And that hurt my soul. Like I'm that sensitive, y'all. I felt that death. And so, if that tells you anything about me, I am one person, one individual, one to not play about animals. I'm not just talking about cats and dogs, right? I'm talking about all animals. Because it all connects. Literally sitting on my porch or my patio, whatever you want to call that thing. And I obviously do this all the time. But I don't have no bird feeder or nothing in my patio. Now, that's been a goal of mine. But I get hummingbirds, I get butterflies, obviously you can hear sometimes the birds outside. But one day I just had a hummingbird literally just zoop, like literally spear and all. Literally come charging almost right at me and then flew away. And that is very symbolic too, because those are rare occurrences, I believe, especially in the city, living in the city. Just being able to see hummingbirds, at least for myself. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't know exactly where hummingbirds originate in the details and everything, but for me, I know that's a very rare experience, and I know for me that's a spiritual sign, and it's like super powerful and super cool, because I've had other experiences that I've had, not just with hummingbirds, not just with moss, but the fact that it's like it's super cool. It's super cool, and I freaking love it, because like I'm one of those persons who is like afraid of certain animals. Like I really get scared of certain animals, and have like this certain eternal fear sometimes. Yet I've learned to harness that fear, harness that energy within myself to not be afraid, to hold that fear within myself and trick my mind into believing that this thing is not going to harm me, because we have to understand that everything is spiritual. Everything is a living being, in a sense. We look at plants, we look at trees, we look at Mother Earth in general, and in a sense, we are destroying it with all this pollution, all the bullshit that's going on in the world. And that affects Mother Nature, that affects our animals, that affects everything. And a lot of people don't realize how animals, like bees for instance, if bees didn't exist, we wouldn't exist. And so a lot of these animals exist for a reason. You know, it's like this show that I just watched. It's on Netflix, 3 Body People or something like that. And it talks about bugs in this movie and how the aliens call us bugs, how they call the human beings bugs. But what they don't realize is a lot of people like get butthurt over the fact that they're called bugs, when in reality, bugs have been around since the beginning. Bugs are so resilient. Bugs, depending on what bugs you look at, once you start to study the bugs, the insects, and understand these things and how they, help our planet, because it's like mosquitoes. Certain mosquitoes are around for a reason. I hate fucking mosquitoes, okay? But then you got to think, a lot of us human beings over time have created this this shift within the atmosphere, within the earth, right? Because you got to look at all the aspects, not just, you got to look at it scientifically in a way, right? So it's like how it all connects spiritually. Because what we don't understand is like we can come up with a solution with our mental self, but yet what we don't understand is there's so much more. Like we've physically manifested certain things to create, but yet there's so much more that we're not realizing or that we're missing because we're not tapped into these certain areas of our lives. Because over time, this is where history comes in, over time, and you look at how we've evolved and how we don't we don't use horses and buggies anymore. We use vehicles, and certain vehicles create pollution and all this kind of stuff. How it is more harmful to us than anything. And even though, you know, not only one person can change the world, it takes all of us to change the world. It takes all of us to reflect on these different things within ourselves. It takes all of us, each and every one of us, to educate ourselves and teach us on this stuff to help change the world. And that's why I've educated myself. That's why I continue to educate myself. Because even when I'm wrong, even when I don't understand something, it's like, okay, well, let me correct myself. Let me learn or look at it in a different perspective. Because, you know, we're always changing. We're always evolving. Things are always not as it seems. And so we may, you know, have this certain mindset one day, but see something differently another day, and it changes everything within ourselves. But that's the point. That's the point of change. That's the point of healing and growth and so much more. Evolution. Okay. Okay, I'm done.
Grow. Limits enlightened. I've been shown.